How's it going, everyone? Got the boxing narrative. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to it. So, we have here Devin Haney, who thinks he is the A side to all these fights. Um, it's come out that Devin Haney apparently doesn't want to fight Rolando Romero, and now Devin Haney doesn't want to run it back with Ryan Garcia. And we've mentioned this a bunch of times how Devin Haney is allegedly weaponizing drug testing. I mean, again, just look at Brian Norman. You had this guy who was knocking out Jin Sasaki, making him lose memory, like 2 weeks of worth of memory. Beating up on that Puerto Rican guy, Derek Cuavas, I think. Beating the heck out of Giovanni Santillan. He had this guy doing all that, and then he fights in with Devin Haney, and then he doesn't have the same intensity. He doesn't have the same powers or anything. He was forced to sign up to VADA drug testing. I think like what it was like 16 weeks instead of the 8 weeks that was in the contract. In my opinion, they weaponized drug test Brian Norman, and like it showed it. He was weak. Devin Haney knows the game now. All right, he knows the game. That's his A side privileges. He was able to do that against Brian Norman. However, he's not going to do the same against Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia. Especially Ryan Garcia. Now for Rolly, I would say Devin has a little bit of an argument, but even still, um, if we remember correctly, who was in whose undercard last year? That's right, Devin Haney was in Rolly's undercard last year. Oh man, it's funny how Devin thinks he's the A side. Here's what's one of his tweets. He says, "Rolly delusional, acting like he's some kind of drop. He can't sell out a ballroom. That's why the fight hasn't been made yet. The money isn't right." Bear in mind, a couple weeks ago, Devin Haney said that this was pretty much a done deal. He said that the contract. By the way, Rolly sent the contract. It wasn't Devin that sent it. Rolly sent the contract. So apparently, Devin's changing his mind for whatever reason. Again, maybe Rolly's not signing up to that drug testing. To the getting drug tests every single day, every single minute of the day. He's probably not signing up to that. See, I'm looking at other options. He can go fight. It's mandatory since he's such a draw. Devin's want to talk, man. Devin's want to talk. This is the same guy that didn't want to fight his own mandatory. When Sander Martin was his mandatory, he didn't want to fight him when Top Rank offered what $2 million, $2 million, and Devin Haney was like, "Oh man, I'm not taking that." And now Turkey has brainwashed him into thinking he's worth what $10 million or whatever. Come on, the $2 million that Top Rank offered, that right there is a fair deal for Devin Haney. Come on, it is. It really is, man. You got this guy, former undisputed champion at lightweight, now a three-weight world champion, and this guy like is still a nobody. This guy is still a nobody, man. And now he's trying to say he's A side. Oh wait, so Rolly, he retweeted. Devin Haney retweeted this, meaning he stands by this opinion. Rolly trying to A side someone when the last time Rolly was the main event on a card, he fought in front of 250 people. Yeah, but guess what? Who's the undercard to that? Devin Haney was the undercard to that event, so Devin Haney is even worse off than a Rolando Romero. These Devin Haney fans, man. And then this was about 2 days ago. Devin Haney was getting on Ryan Garcia because Devin Haney is claiming that Ryan doesn't want to sign up for drug testing, aka this time he wants to make sure Ryan is cleared of every single blood in his body. He wants Ryan Garcia to come into the ring like a skeleton, pretty much. Like he wants that guy off that shit, while Devin Haney can be on everything he wants. This is what weaponized drug testing is. You clean the opponent off of everything, even making sure he has like no blood in the system, while you can take whatever you want. And that's Devin Haney's game. I mean, come on. We know his affiliations. We know his close ties. This is the game Devin Haney is on, and in this point of his career, Devin Haney is dangerous because of that reason. Devin Haney is a dangerous fighter because he now understands how to A-side these drug testing protocols and all that. You know, maybe this is why he can't get a fight because these fighters don't want to deal with this shit. They don't want to deal with this bullshit, pretty much. All right, Devin Haney can probably spin this, and for sure, Devin Haney fans are going to spin it as like Devin Haney is the most avoided fighter in boxing right now, or whatever. They're going to spin it like that and such. But the truth is, like, these fighters don't want to deal with this. They don't want to deal with this. Um, what he says here, he want to fight in July because he's still cycling those PEDs. September and start drug testing now. Like, he wants Ryan to start drug testing right now in April. Well, the fight won't even start until September. You know, like he just wants to weaponize drug test Ryan Garcia. All right, it's not a fair fight. It's not a what safe sport or whatever these Ryan Garcia or these Devin Haney fans want to claim. They're just playing the game. Devin Haney is just playing the game that he learned from, I guess, his heroes or whatever. I don't know if Logan is his hero, but it must be. You know, must be. This was a very funny video from a very sad individual. This is Devin Haney fans, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Devin Haney fans are.
Yeah, with the young King Dev, I just feel like I have a responsibility to defend him as my brother. You know what I mean? Because I just know the propaganda is heavy.
Yeah,
Devin is all of us, man. He is all of us. Anything they could do, they doing to him, they could do to us. They do to us.
Yeah, with
these people are not joking, by the way. This guy on Twitter, I don't remember his Twitter handle, but this guy's like one of the biggest Devin Haney fans on Twitter. Twitter is a bunch of those guys, but these guys are Devin Haney fans. I don't know, man. Devin Haney fans are super wild. I was gonna name off a list, but Devin Haney fans, I would say, are more irritating than Shakur fans. I would say because deep down, Shakur fans know that Shakur isn't shit. You know, Devin Haney fans, these guys are wild, man. And yeah, Devin Haney, he's not A side. He's not A side to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia can actually dictate to Devin because well, Devin Haney was the undercard to Ryan, and guess what? The belt that Devin Haney won was in the undercard to David Benavidez. So guess what? Ryan is not going to sign up to this BS drug testing because Ryan Garcia is the A side. All right, Ryan Garcia can dictate to Devin Haney. Devin Haney ain't no A side. He just isn't. I think when Devin Haney fought Lomachenko, Devin Haney had like no fans in that arena. That in that arena was all for Lomachenko. No one was there for Devin Haney. The Devin Haney fans you see on like online or whatever, it's like such a small group of people, man. It's just a small group of people, and because Devin Haney's gotten this turkey money, is delusional to this fact that he believes he's A side to all these stuff. Devin Haney is not A side, alright. If Devin Haney wants to fight Ryan or even Romero, guess what? He has to dictate to their terms. Especially for Rolly. Rolly sent the contract, and that fight was going to be on PBC. It wasn't going to be a turkey card or whatever. It was going to be a PBC event on Amazon Prime, meaning Devin Haney wasn't contributing to anything. He wasn't bringing in the money. All right, because you can make a claim if you're A side if you're the one bringing in the money. Guess what? Devin Haney wasn't bringing in the money. It was the PBC with whatever money they were getting. It wasn't a turkey event. All right, it was just going to be a PBC Amazon Prime event. So Rolly was bringing in, the backers and such. So it makes sense for Rolly to be A side. Devin Haney has no claim, really. All right, Devin has a title, and that's pretty much it. He has to dictate, he has to comply to the actual stars in the welterweight division. Who's the other? Lewis Crocker. Hey, Devin, if you want to be A side, then call Lewis Crocker. You can probably be A side to him. But yet again, Lewis Crocker with his fight with Patty Donovan didn't that like sold out the some arena or whatever? Or didn't like a bunch of people show up to that Irish whatever arena was in Ireland? I mean, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying Lewis Crocker might be a side to that fight too. So honestly, Devin Haney has no claim. Devin Haney's just a title holder, right now. He's very lucky to have won that title. I think he was very fortunate to get Brian Norman to sign up to that weaponized drug testing. Devin Haney still has those demons, man. He still has those demons. And whoever he's going to fight next, they're unfortunately going to feel the wrath of Devin Haney and his drug test.